Part B is super easy. In every 1 hour period, 20 songs will be played. 20 songs will be played at random, and any song can be replayed. So first of all, here, if we go step by step reading the question, reading the given, they gave us the total number of trials or total number of songs that will be played. So I'm gonna say n equals 20. So the songs will be played at random and can be replayed, so they are independent of one another. So the songs are going to be played randomly and independently at any time. Miss Faye is interested in how many rock songs will be played in a typical 1 hour period. Define the random variable of interest. So define a random variable, so part I, let's call it x. X is our random variable, okay? And she's so random variable of interest. She's interested in how many rock songs will be played in a typical 1 hour period. So let x be the number of rock songs played in a 1 hour period out of the 20 songs that will be played, out of a total, out of a total of 20 songs, right? That will be played. What does this remind you of? X represents the number of successes out of n trials. So you have X is the number of successes, 20 songs is the number of trials, so the number of trials is given. We have two types of distributions that we learned that were similar to each other, the geometric distribution and the binomial distribution. The main difference, the key difference between a binomial distribution and a geometric distribution is that in a binomial distribution, they give you n. N is given, the total number of songs that will be played, or the total number of trials, right? So, and x represents the number of successes, the number of successes in n trials, in a number of trials, in n trials. That reminds me of what the binomial distribution. So I can say, and since x, or the number of songs played, are randomly and independently selected, so since the songs are randomly and independently selected, then we can say x follows a binomial distribution, okay, with n equals 20, the number of trials, so number of songs is 20, and the probability of success, we know the probability of success. We know what is the probability of getting a rock song, 100 out of 1,000. We answered it in part I. So 0.10. So the probability of getting a rock song is 0.10. So x follows a binomial distribution with number of trials 20, probability of success 0.10. We can write it like this. We say x follows a binomial distribution with 20 trials and 0.01 as the probability of success. So that's part I. State how the random variable is distributed. Now part double I, what is the expected value? Now we know how to find the expected value in a binomial distribution. The expected value is just going to be e of x, or the mean is n times p. So it's a rule. Okay, so the expected value is n times p. The variance is NPQ. The standard deviation in a binomial distribution is radical NPQ. So those are notes, those are things you should know. Okay, and I believe they are in the formula sheet at the beginning of your exam. Okay, So the mean or the expected value is n times p. So you're just going to do 20 times 0.01. So you're going to get 2. So 2 rock songs. We expect 2 rock songs. So 2 rock songs are expected to be played in a 1 hour period out of 20 songs. So here are the answers for part B. X is our random variable. It's the number of rock songs played in a 1 hour period out of 20 songs. X follows a binomial distribution since the songs are randomly and independently selected. Okay, we have n equals 20 is the number of trials. Probability of getting a rock song or probability of success is 0.10. The expected value or the mean is just n times p. Okay, we get it to be 2, so you say 2 rock songs are expected to be played in a 1 hour period out of 20 songs. Okay, so that was part B.